All right, here we go with the introduction video for the 15-acre tract at Chalk Bluff. This is a super cool tract. I mean, talk about location. Here's the property, kind of toward the center here, outlined in red. It's actually two tracts that are being sold together, a 10-acre and a 5-acre, so you've got 15 acres total. But if we look to the left, to the west, this purple area is the Ozark National Scenic Riverways, and this is the Jacks Fork River. Right here, this is the actual Chalk Bluff on the Jacks Fork River. So that's within just a few hundred feet of the west side of the property. And then as we look to the east, about half a mile or 3/4 of a mile, this shaded area is actually the Rocky Creek Conservation Area. And this particular section of the conservation area is about 3,000 acres, and that's open for additional hunting and recreation and different trails and stuff. But I mean, you've got a lifetime supply of land that you can access and use within a mile of the property. So pretty unique situation. The Jacks Fork River is beautiful, by the way. So let's actually zip in a little bit and we'll take a look at these properties here. Okay, so on the north side, you can see this yellow road. These yellow roads are the easement roads at Chalk Bluff, minimum maintenance easement roads. This blue line is the gravel creek bed. Borders the southwest side of the entire 15 acres. And actually, as we zoom in a little more, this shows it pretty well. So everything at Chalk Bluff was logged within the last 2, 3, 4 years. I don't know if this aerial photo represents it perfectly because a lot of times the Google photos are a little bit old. But if you look at the drone video that we'll upload to the listing as well, that is very recent, and that shows exactly how the property is situated. But I would say this is fairly accurate in that it was logged. It was logged more heavily on the north side by the easement road, and then as you get to the middle and to the south side, it was logged much more lightly, or in some cases not at all. And you'll see that when you check out the drone video as well. I wish we could zoom in a little more. I didn't know until we just did the voiceover on the drone video minutes ago that there actually is water. There was water, I should say, in this creek bed when we took the drone video. It wasn't flowing, but there were large pools of water, which is a good sign that it can be a fairly active creek bed. So I noticed this as well. If you look on the northern part of tract 19, we have some type of squared off area. I have no idea what the story is on that. When you look at the pics and videos and whatnot, you'll see that this is a grassy area. It's been cleared at some point, but as far as this almost perfectly square outline, I do not know. I don't know if it was an old building site or what the deal is on that, but that's kind of interesting. Let's switch to topo. Okay, so this is very useful as well. So on the topo maps, the further apart the lines are, the flatter the land is, and the closer they are together, the steeper it is. So as we look at this, the entire north side of the tract 19 portion is either level or very close to level, just gently sloping, and then it gets steep as you move toward the middle and the south. It levels off again on the south side, it looks like. As we look at the tract 18 portion, level up by the road, more of a large level area on the northeast side, and then sloping down. The east part maintains steepness almost to the creek and then levels a little bit. But actually here on the southwest side, you've got a fairly level area right down by the creek, so that's interesting. We really haven't, I mean, the most we've walked on these properties is within 100 or 200 feet off the road. Very likely you could find some trails, I'm not sure. Going to the bottom to check out the creek bed, you are almost guaranteed to find some really cool rock formations and different surprises in an Ozark creek bed like this, especially with this much creek bed frontage. But the bottom line is, together they make an awesome tract. You've got 15 acres. You've got easily enough space to get off the road. I believe the setback is 100 feet. So actually this has a function where we can do that, this map right. Let's switch it. Okay, we'll do it this way. Okay, so we go off the road about 100 feet. So there's about 100 feet to setback. And I mean, you have a ton of level area. And you're going to be given a large, basically flat area for a good building site, and you're going to start to have that awesome view to the south and to the west as you get a little closer to where the property begins to slope. So really pretty hard to find a site like this that has a good level spot by the road, easily big enough to build and still get back off the road for privacy, and have that sweeping view to the south that you can see probably in the drone video and some of the pictures. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the Google map, and we'll back out a little bit. We'll take a look at this. Okay, so again, that's obviously the Jacks Fork River on the left. The purple shaded area is the scenic easement. Gives you access to the river, and then the Rocky Creek Conservation Area. So backing out a little bit more, we'll go down here to show this. So up here on the upper right, this is Eminence, Missouri. If you were to head toward the property from Eminence, you would take Highway 106 to the west for about 2 or 3 miles, and then go south on Highway E for about 1 mile. Then you're going to go west on County Road 412, and that's a gravel road. There's quite a bit of gravel to get to this property. But before we do that, let's detour and look to the upper left here. This is the very popular Alley Spring, which is within just a few miles of the property. You can see this little area here. I believe that's some kind of campground, probably some type of public campground, although I'm not sure. But I know that the Alley Spring itself is a huge, huge freshwater spring, and there's a kind of a historic mill, and it's a pretty cool deal if you want to Google Alley Spring. But anyway, back to the property. We're going to go west on the gravel on County Road 412, and there's about 6 miles of gravel to get to this property. So definitely, I mean, you want a truck or an SUV, preferably with 4-wheel drive, because once you get into the conservation area, this is no longer county road, it's now forest road. So you kind of have to go a little more slowly. It's not maintained quite the same as the county road. Definitely print out the maps. We can send you the MapRight link if you can get the MapRight app on your smartphone. That's the best way to do it. But at a minimum, please print out all the maps, because even though this looks like there's only one road offshoot, there are actually several going this way and that. And if you have the maps in hand, that can make things a lot easier. But basically, I guess as a rule of thumb getting here, is stay on the path that looks like it has been traveled more recently than the other paths, because people do come out here to take photos of Chalk Bluff and all that good stuff. So kind of stay on what looks like it could be the main road. And then once you get through the conservation area into Chalk Bluff, you'll start to see the signs that say, you know, track 1, 2, 3, whatever. And you'll keep on trucking until you see track 18 and 19 on the left. So really quickly, we'll zoom way out. Let's go to Street Map. That's kind of helpful. So on the MapRight interactive map where I am right now, I turned on the layer for public land, and it's got it shown as different shaded colors. So the purple shaded is the Ozark National Scenic Riverway. The blue shaded is basically state conservation forest, so Rocky Creek, the Angeline Conservation Area, etc. And then the green shaded areas are the Mark Twain National Forest. So I mean, within a 10-mile radius of this property, you have thousands of acres of additional public land to use and enjoy. It's pretty awesome. As we zoom way out, just to kind of show you where we are here. Okay, so we're still this little area right here by the Jacks Fork River. Looking to the west, we have Springfield, Missouri, largest city in southern Missouri. To get to the property from Springfield, you go east on Highway 60 for about an hour and a half. You'll pass Mountain View, which has a Walmart, and then you'll go past the little town of Birch Tree, and after a couple miles, go north on E for 10 or 12 miles, and that's when you'll go west on County Road 412 to get to the property. I guess we could zoom out even further to really show you where this is located. I mean, the Ozarks are great because you can get to numerous major cities within a half a day. I mean, you've got, not to extend the video even more, but you've got St. Louis, Kansas City, get down to Arkansas. I mean, you've got Memphis, you've got Nashville. All these are within a half a day drive. So pretty good situation here if you want a place for recreation or to build a cabin or whatnot. The Chalk Bluff tracks are off-grid, so might want to keep that in mind. If you're looking for off-grid, this is a great situation. If you're looking for a place for a year-round home with power running to it, we'll find you something else because this is not it. These are off-grid tracks. But yeah, check out the website at InstantAcres.com. If the property is still available, you'll see it on the website. And if you have any questions, just let us know. We would love to talk to you about this property or any property that we may have available. InstantAcres.com.